Welcome back. We've got 30 general knowledge questions coming up, 3 choices each, and a few seconds to think. So grab a pen or just count in your head and see how many you can get, because almost nobody gets them all, and if you beat 20. Tell me in the comments. Let's start with an easy one. Question 1. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy secretly bought 1,200 Cuban cigars right before doing what? Signing the Cuban trade embargo, delivering his State of the Union, or visiting the Soviet Union? It's signing the Cuban trade embargo. JFK had his press secretary buy 1,200 Cuban cigars hours before signing the embargo that made importing them illegal. Question 2. President Eisenhower had Secret Service trap and remove what animals from the White House lawn? Rabbits, pigeons, or squirrels? It's squirrels. Eisenhower was an avid golfer who got frustrated when squirrels continuously ruined his White House putting green by burying nuts. Question 3. Which president and first lady kept a pet raccoon named Rebecca inside the White House? Calvin Coolidge, Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Herbert Hoover? It's Calvin Coolidge. Rebecca the raccoon was originally sent to the White House to be cooked for Thanksgiving dinner, but the Coolidges adopted her instead. Question 4. Ronald Reagan was president of which labor union before politics? Teamsters Union, United Auto Workers, or Screen Actors Guild? It's Screen Actors Guild. Ronald Reagan served as president of the Screen Actors Guild twice, making him the only U.S. president to have led a major labor union. Question 5. What did George H.W. Bush do at a 1992 state dinner in Japan? Insulting the emperor's speech, vomiting on the prime minister, or accidentally breaking a sacred vase? It's vomiting on the prime minister. Stricken with sudden stomach flu, George H.W. Bush collapsed and vomited into the lap of Japanese Prime Minister Kiichi Miyazawa. Question 6. What animal reportedly attacked Jimmy Carter while he was fishing? A swamp rabbit, a snapping turtle, or a wild turkey? It's a swamp rabbit. Dubbed the Killer Rabbit Incident, a swimming swamp rabbit hissed and headed for Carter's canoe, forcing him to splash it away. Question 7. In 1968, presidential candidate Richard Nixon made a famous TV cameo on which hit comedy show? The Tonight Show, The Carol Burnett Show, or Laugh-In? It's Laugh-In. Richard Nixon appeared on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In during his 1968 campaign to deliver the famous catchphrase, "Sock it to me." Question 8. What does the letter S stand for in President Harry S. Truman's name? Nothing, Solomon, or Samuel? It's nothing. Truman's parents gave him the middle initial, S, to honor both of his grandfathers, so it does not stand for a full name. Question 9. Who officially gave the presidential mansion its official name? The White House. George Washington, Theodore Roosevelt, or Abraham Lincoln? It's Theodore Roosevelt. In 1901, Theodore Roosevelt officially changed the mansion's stationery header from Executive Mansion to the White House. Question 10. Which actor was originally cast as Indiana Jones? Burt Reynolds, Clint Eastwood, or Tom Selleck? It's Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck was cast as Indiana Jones, but CBS refused to release him from his Magnum PI contract. Question 11. During Elvis Presley's third appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1957, how was he filmed? Behind a standing microphone, only from the waist up, or in complete silhouette? It's only from the waist up. TV censors ordered directors to shoot Elvis strictly from the waist up to conceal his hips. Question 12. On the classic 1960s sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies, what was Granny's actual character name? Daisy Moses, Pearl Bodine, or Ellie Mae Clampett? It's Daisy Moses. Played by Irene Ryan, Granny's full character name on the show was Daisy Mae Moses. Question 13. What temporary placeholder title did Paul McCartney use while composing the 1965 hit Yesterday? Morning Dew, Cherry Pie, or Scrambled Eggs? It's Scrambled Eggs. Paul McCartney used placeholder lyrics about scrambled eggs until he wrote the real words. Question 14. In the 1972 movie The Godfather, what fruit appears on screen right before almost every major death scene? Apples, oranges, or grapes? It's oranges. Production designer Dean Tavoularis used oranges throughout the film as a visual signal for impending death. Question 15. Whose concert caused the fire behind Smoke on the Water? Jimi Hendrix, The Who, or Frank Zappa? It's Frank Zappa. The song tells the true story of a flare gun fire at a 1971 Frank Zappa show in Montreux. Question 16. On the 1960s TV series The Addams Family, what color was the house set actually painted? Pink and light green, black and dark red, or gray and navy blue? It's pink and light green. The set was painted pink and pale green because those colors offered the best contrast for black and white cameras. Question 17. Who physically wore the Darth Vader suit on set in the original 1977 Star Wars film? James Earl Jones, Alec Guinness, or David Prowse? It's David Prowse. British bodybuilder David Prowse physically portrayed Darth Vader, while James Earl Jones provided the voice. Question 18. Which iconic 1968 Johnny Cash album was recorded live inside a maximum security California prison? At Sing Sing, at Folsom Prison, or at San Quentin? It's at Folsom Prison. Johnny Cash recorded the hit live album in front of inmates at Folsom State Prison on January 13, 1968. Question 19. Which planet has the most moons? Saturn, Jupiter, or Neptune? It's Saturn. Saturn, 274 confirmed moons, far ahead of Jupiter. Question 20. Which planet is the hottest? Mercury, Venus, or Mars? It's Venus. Venus, 465 degrees Celsius, hotter than Mercury despite being further from the sun. Question 21. How long does sunlight take to reach Earth? 8 hours, 8 seconds, or 8 minutes? It's 8 minutes. About 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Question 22. Which is heavier, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? Bricks, they're equal, or feathers? It's their equal. A ton is a ton, exactly the same weight. Question 23. How many months have 28 days? 6, all 12, or 1? It's all 12. Every month has at least 28 days. Question 24. Is the Great Wall of China visible from space with the naked eye? No, yes, or only at night? It's no. No, astronauts confirm it's too narrow to see unaided. Question 25. What is the fastest land animal? Greyhound, cheetah, or pronghorn? It's cheetah. The cheetah up to 112 kilometers per hour. Question 26. How many hearts does an octopus have? 1, 9, or 3? It's 3. 3 hearts and 9 brains. Question 27. What is the only mammal that can truly fly? Sugar glider, bat, or flying squirrel? It's bat. The bat, the others only glide. Question 28. How many bones does an adult human have? 306, 206, or 106? It's 206. 206. Babies start with about 300 that fuse over time. Question 29. What is the hardest substance in your body? Skull bone, tooth enamel, or kneecap? It's tooth enamel. Tooth enamel, harder than steel by scratch resistance. Question 30. Roughly how many times does your heart beat per day? 1 million, 10,000, or 100,000? It's 100,000. About 100,000 beats every single day. Which one did you get wrong?